low as 8.5% of the interest, just given the of lending available. Um, any questions before we move? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of things on here. You mentioned that at least 1 year of sales
Mm-hmm.
and also all loans personally guaranteed. Well, I found the corporation, the purpose of informing the corporation was that I would have, I would expect after a year of sales that I would have hopefully a substantial cash flow.
Right.
So I'm thinking that at that point, would you still expect?
A personal guarantee?
Yeah, exactly, because that's something that, quite frankly, I want to avoid.
Right.
If I can,
Um,
like I said, because that's why I want to.
corporation in the first place. It's the reason most people do. Coming from the banking industry, what you find is 9 times out of 10, and more often than not, a personal guarantee is required at some point, regardless. Whether it be here in California, there's what's called the California Guarantee. Within our organization, because we are a relatively grassroots type of organization, we really like it's more of a trust thing for us, saying, hey, we're willing to take this chance on you. We want to know that you're willing to take that same chance on yourself. And that's all the personal guarantee is. So while there is collateral that's required in some cases, it ends up being more of a tool for you guys to secure more funding in that sense, where maybe the cash flow doesn't necessarily equate to the amount that you guys need. If there is some collateral available to you guys, it can help us maximize the amount for you. Does that help? Nice. Great. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Ideally, our sweet spot is a year in business. It just helps us get an accurate idea of what you've done to this point and what our money is going to do for you if there is a growth plan there. As a new business, we do have startup programs that happen about once a year. Mid-year. That's basically it's a startup program that we have. So we pool a bunch of startup businesses throughout the year, and through this, is it mid-year throughout the end of the year? Is where we take those applications and we say, hey, who fits best for this amount of funding that we've allocated towards these programs? So yes, that's available.
Okay, so basically as a nonprofit, you have a certain amount of funding, and at that certain point, you want to be able to see how you can fund a startup at the middle or the end.
Exactly. Is where is the best times for us. And I imagine that's where a company like yours would come in, because we're relying really heavily at that point on a business plan, on projections, on your personal finances, excuse me. Any additional information that you can give us at that point is your best friend. There's no real rigid lines. For instance, like when you walk into a bank or you're dealing with an alternative lender, it's hey, tell us a story. Did something happen 6 months ago where maybe you defaulted on a credit card and you're a little nervous about it? If you let us know beforehand, when we see that, we can address it, and it could be a non-issue. You know what I mean? And that's the power of being our own underwriters, is we're able to discount a lot of small things on the credit report and maybe within your personal finances that would disqualify you in other cases. From there, I mean, it's really getting to the specifics of what our sweet spots are. So in the food industry, restaurants, food trucks, not so much distribution, but maybe helping with marketing, things that we really thrive in. Getting the amounts to you guys that are going to fit and work within your guys' realm. So if it's $2,500 to maybe help with inventory, or like I said earlier, maybe you are looking to get a food truck and it's $60,000. We can actually operate as that finance company and use that truck as collateral, and help you guys, secure whatever it is you guys need. We have some additional material that does have a breakdown of our rates and has our contact information as well. We'll get that to you guys. These ones here. I do want to open this time up for any additional questions. If you guys had anything, feel free. I'm an open book. I know it was rather brief, but I can imagine if you guys have any questions, feel free.
I think what you mentioned about the food truck being the collateral
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right, right. That's so awesome. It really is. Yeah, fantastic. It's all there. Feel free. And really, I mean, nothing I think encompasses our mission better than that tagline. I know it sounds kind of corny, but it's working capital for working people. When I tell you guys that we're willing to listen to your stories, we really are. Obviously, we never want to overpromise anything, but if anything, you'll leave a conversation with us. Maybe if we're not able to secure funding for whatever reason, knowing what you need to do in order to do so. We can build and develop a plan that maybe we can revisit in 6 months and say, hey, as long as we do A, B, and C, we're going to maximize our chances to do something for you, or here's what you guys need to get done. Going back to collateral, I think another thing that makes us unique is what we're able to use as collateral. Coming from the banking industry, if it wasn't having to do with your business, and if you were a startup for any reason or relatively new, it was an asset-based collateral system where we wanted your equipment, or your a run on your accounts receivables or any purchase orders that you had. For us, we try to make it as simple as possible, because we figure hopefully we're working with everyday people that have vehicles available. So you're actually able to use your personal vehicle as collateral to help you secure whatever the amount is that you're looking for, in addition to anything else that you have. So if you do, own your commercial real estate building, or you do own that food truck or whatever, you're able to pledge as many items as collateral as possible to help you achieve the maximum amount available to you. So. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Food trucks, vehicles, yeah. A little bit of homework is required, but we fit that niche. We understand it really well, and we'll kind of coach you through the process of saying, hey, maybe you don't want to look at this one, you want to look at this one, and that's what kind of makes us unique, is we're going to find a fit for you. We're going to help you find a fit, and if it's something that we can't do right this moment, we're going to do our best to let you know how to get there. I know you have one back there. Yes. We're going to be at the farmer's market. We're going to want to see you working here. Well, we just want to see that what it is that you do and how you do it, and let you explain to us why, essentially. It's for us to kind of get to know you a little better and give you an opportunity to explain what you do. Help us fill in some of the gaps, essentially.
Also, what if, say if I have some cash in my house, is there an advantage to using your cash and interest?
With any business, as a business venture, as a banker, I always recommended some type of establishing of business credit. In any capacity. I mean, whether it's with us, whether it's a credit card in the name of the business, you're going to want to do that at some point, because whether you're a corporation or a business, if you've experienced the last 5 to 10 years in the economy, the advantages of business credit are that it can offset your personal credit. So if you have really sour or mediocre personal credit, but you've established a profile for yourself on the business credit end, if you're looking to secure funding from anyone else, we can play them against each other and get an average that's really, that works to your benefit in the actual financial world. So outside of Opportunity Fund, if you were looking to secure financing through a bank or even with us, it's going to help you, it's going to help us draw from maybe 2 different pools, essentially. Again.
I didn't see out your material, but can you use loans to hire staff?
So we do have working capital loans that are basically yours to do as you wish, and that's just going to operate on the strength of the business. With those ones, like a little bit more in-depth conversations of how the business works are necessary, but yes, in the short answer is yes, definitely. Got a question?
Yeah, like for combo business, have you started doing?
I'm relatively new.
San Jose we have.
Yeah.
Our headquarters are in San Jose, and if we see something new, then we're gonna start making maybe a video.
Okay, that's the one that kind of just like looking to advertise. Or
Right. Like I said, new to Los Angeles, we haven't seen too many. But in a situation we could explore, I mean, what's it going to take? What's a successful event look like for you, ideally, and then, go from there. Finally.
There's several different business models. One, for example, is his business model is he manufactures everything for us. Sells to different storefronts and do more.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's almost like a pop-up,
Mhm.
but it's an established store type pop-up.
Okay.
So basically, he's feeding the product in the store, manufacturing it somewhere else. It's not your traditional storefront. So
Mhm.
is that what you consider your non-preferred industry businesses? Or is just food, generally speaking, consider anything that is food?
Right. Food related is good for us because I think we just have a good grasp on what it takes to run a successful food type business, if you will. When we're talking about our non-desired businesses, they're more around, because we do, in addition to food, we do all small business as well. Our sweet spot just tends to be within the food industry. Our kind of prohibited businesses, if you will, are anything having to do with yeah, gambling, alcohol, internet, liquor, you name it, just something that doesn't fit into the scope of a nonprofit with a smiley face on it. You know what I mean? That's the best way to put it. Any other questions? Anything that maybe I could expand on?
I don't want to be negative, but what if your business falls?
What if your business flops and, for instance, you've taken a loan from us and maybe you're not able to? To be honest, to secure funding from us, if you're able to secure funding from us, we're going to put you in a position that's very unlikely. So a situation where we're not going to take a chance on $50,000 if we don't feel very confident and there's not numbers to support that it's going to be a success, that there's not. Now we do find in some of our smaller loans where maybe we are taking a chance to inject some capital into maybe a newer business, that there are situations that you're not able to pay, or maybe you lose interest or whatever the case is, but it's going to be similar to any other loan that you've defaulted on. It's going to report to your credit. We're going to have to see collections, whatever the case may be. But like I said, our goal is to get you into a place where we're taking you to the next step. And one thing that's not on our notes that I think is very important to mention is we have an insanely low default rate amongst our loans. I mean, we're not in the business of while we are a nonprofit and we do wear that smiley face, we're not handing that out, freely. Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you guys letting us come. I know I was kind of a